topics about threesomes can be very tricky when you're in a relationship, but the Threesome movie is so much fun. It's a great rom-com. I'm talking to the stars Zoey Deutch, Ruby Cruz, Jonah Hauer-King. So Zoey, you're also an EP on this. Tell us what this movie's all about.
Ooh, this movie the title really says it all, or does it? It's like the threesome. What's the worst that can happen? It's about a guy who has a threesome and both girls get pregnant. That's what the movie's about. And it's about three adults navigating a very complicated situation from what seems like a very fun night, and life-defining choices. And yeah, that's what it's about.
It's so much fun. It sounds like a very heavy drama, but it is so much comedy involved in it as well. Jonah, what was it like coming aboard this movie to star alongside Zoey and Ruby?
It was great. I thought there was so much comedy in it. But as you say, it kind of felt almost cross-genre in that it felt like a drama in its way. It was a romantic drama. It's about people falling in love in a kind of compelling and comedic fashion, but also it felt very real and very grounded. And so it felt like a bit of an adult coming of age. So yeah, there was just a lot on the page, and Zoey was attached obviously when I first got sent it, and I'm a big fan of hers. And then, I said before that as soon as Ruby was attached, it was like, okay, this is obviously what I need to be doing, because these are two phenomenal actors. So yeah, I was very excited.
Terrific chemistry between the three of you. And Ruby, you obviously have some experience in the Sex Lives of College Girls, Bottoms, and now the Threesome, these great, edgy, funny roles. What is it like to kind of be going through that projection of these roles and having this be your next project?
It felt so natural. Do a movie called Bottoms, do a show called Sex Lives of College Girls, and then do a movie called Threesome. Just felt like the right next move. I will say. Yeah, I feel like my filmography is very confusing maybe for some. But I'm so grateful for this movie. It was something although I've done a lot of pornographic named films, I've never done something quite like this. This was really special.
Love the way you put that. And Zoey, like I said, you're an EP on this. When you're not acting, what does that entail for your job on this movie to help it be made?
This one was a little different than the other movies that I've produced. I came on this when there was already financing and a director, so I wasn't involved from the get-go, which has been the case for other things that I've produced. It was more from like a creative standpoint, and just finessing the script a little bit, even though it was already in such a strong place, but just some more character development stuff, and working alongside Chad and our wonderful producers to put this whole thing together and put it out.
And Jonah, obviously we have to address Prince Eric being in a movie called The Threesome. I mean, you were so great in The Little Mermaid, obviously Wild Uncharted Waters. Does that kind of seem what it feels like to be in this kind of movie following The Little Mermaid?
This is so exciting.
Wait, what was the question?
Your song is called Wild Uncharted Waters, but here you are now in a movie called The Threesome. What is that kind of like? Does it feel like that?
Yes, Connor is in Wild Uncharted Waters. Definitely he is. Yeah, he is all at sea, is he not? And sailing through the stormy oceans of romance. So yes, no, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that film.
Yeah, audiences will go on that journey with you here. And Ruby, this debuted at SXSW, South by Southwest, for people who don't know, but now it's finally coming out to audiences nationwide. What is it like to finally have this be seen after that great reception at that film festival?
I'm so excited. Are you kidding? I can't wait. I just want to release it into the world, and I'm excited come Friday. I go online and read everyone's review because I love doing that. And with something like this, I typically don't want to read reviews, but with something that I feel so proud of, I'm excited to see how people take it, regardless of what their take is. I just feel so great with what we did. And also,
You-
I heard that
yeah.
Fandango's doing a buy two, get one free.
So funny. I love that.
That's so awesome. How like things are getting creative, even with ticket sales, which is that's so fun. Look at the threesome.
If
Oh,
you
get-
buy two and get one free, is the idea that that's like buy two, get one, it's the threesome ticketing? That's
Yes.
genius.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. That's
Yeah.
so good.
Like you're
Love the marketing behind that. It's so great. You guys have nothing to be worried about. The reviews are going to be amazing because this movie is so much fun. The Threesome in theaters Friday, September 5th. Zoey, Ruby, Jonah, thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Trevor.
The R-rated rom-coms are totally back with the Threesome. I'm talking with director Chad Hartigan. So Chad, how did you come on board the Threesome?
Well, when you put it like that, I read the script and I thought it was so surprising and unique. And what I thought an R-rated movie called The Threesome was going to be, it was definitely not that. And every time I thought I had it figured out, it kind of surprised me. So that's a rare occurrence when you're reading a script. And it felt like if you could capture that experience for an audience as a movie, then that was the appeal.
The appeal obviously has to be the trifecta of actors playing these roles. Jonah Hauer-King, Zoey Deutch, Ruby Cruz. How did they all come along board? Were there two first and then the third? Because obviously they have to have great chemistry with a movie called The Threesome.
Exactly, yeah. Zoe came first. We got her first, and that was really kind of the most important piece because I'd wanted to work with Zoe for a long time. She's so great, and she has a lot of fans already for our movies in this genre, but this was going to be something I thought a little different, like a slightly different take on what you might expect from her in this genre. So then we got Jonah involved and finally Ruby. And you're right, it was tricky because they needed to be individually great actors, but they also had to fit as a trifecta, both in terms of chemistry, but also conflict and friction. Like you didn't want it to all be roses the whole time. So it was kind of just based on hunch, and you hope for the best when you get there. And then luckily they did.
Chemistry is so great on screen, and we have obviously Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid. He blew up on the screen last summer in that role, and here he is now in a movie called The Threesome. What is it like for audiences to now, obviously the older generation is going to be watching this one versus that one. What is it like to have him in this movie after all that success from The Little Mermaid?
I'm so happy to have Jonah on it. I feel like Jonah is going to be such a huge star. He's so charismatic and charming, but also, he's a great actor. He's got Catherine Bigelow's movie coming up. I think that he's going to be able to show many different sides of him, and he's going to be around for a long time. And similarly to my previous films starred Olivia Cook and Jack O'Connell before they got sort of their big breakout roles. But it was just so obvious, like these guys are going to be around forever. These guys are going to be actors that people care about for a long time. And movie star is a quality before it's an actual status. And I believe so deeply in all these actors that they have the movie star quality.
Movie called The Threesome. I hope people aren't deterred by the name because there's so much heart, so much people can learn from a movie like this, even the comedy aspect of it. What do you hope audiences take away from watching the movie?
My hope is that they really just feel good about the time they spent there, and whether or not it opens up topics of discussion, I'll leave it up to them. I don't know. That's not really the goal. The goal is to try and put out something that could maybe be somebody's comfort movie, and like 10 years down the line, they just feel like they want to throw it on and revisit it because it made them feel good and it made them feel warm. And if that can be the case, then that's worth it.
Has all the pieces of a rom-com classic. Make sure you see The Threesome September 5th in theaters. Thank you so much.
Thank you.